Thank you! We just become best friends, yup!
Paul Yule has just boarded the plane.
What? Thank you! We just become best friends, yup!
Kenny Trazaert has just boarded the plane.
What? Thank you! We just become best friends, yup!
Stevie G Reviews has just boarded the plane.
What? Thank you! We just become best friends, yup!
Lee Watkins has just boarded the plane.
What? Thank you! We just become best friends, yup!
Call Me Logan has just boarded the plane.
What? Thank you! We just become best friends, yup!
Astro Trucker has just boarded the plane.
What? Thank you! We just become best friends, yup!
Mabry has just boarded the plane.
What? Thank you! We just become best friends, yup!
Chuck Boyd has just boarded the plane.
Morning, guys. How's it going? Oh, we're all set up here, ready, I think. Got everything. Dice, book, pad, glasses. We's all good. Got the munch. I don't know if that's... Okay, so about 5 seconds delay. Okay. Right. I think we're ready. Let's do this. Boom. How's it going, everybody? Welcome in for another Fighting Fantasy Fest off fun adventure on Sunday. Today we'll be doing Night of the Necromancer. And fingers crossed, we actually do a little bit more than just 13 minutes of the book like last time. Whoa, that picture looks weird. What's going on? I think I've got too much brightness. There we go. I had too much brightness. That's what it was. So I'm trying something a little bit different with the settings here. And I'm not sure if I'm liking it. Basically what I've done is I've activated the HDR-ness, you know. But I ain't sure that I'm liking it, to be honest. Let me see if I can alter this a little bit. Is this going to work? Because it's got this weirdness. Hang on. Let me pump up. Yeah. Okay, well, we'll see how we go. But how are you guys doing? Spellsinger, hello. Yellow, welcome in. I'm not sure. Yeah, anyway, we'll see. We'll see. I'm just trying out because the way I used to have my setup is I used to actually have a ring light that would cast light on me. And so, you know, and then I'd sort of add a certain color look to it to satisfy. Fortunately, that ring light broke months ago, so I'm relying on the light in the room, which isn't fantastic. So I usually put Wikipedia pages up on my monitor and use it as kind of like a light box. You know, cheap lighting, basically. And obviously, my camera would only be set for standard quality, but I've got HDR activated, so I thought, well, let's set the camera for HDR, which it can do. But you can't colorize or add anything to the picture once you activate it. So it is what it is. I can only change brightness, contrast, saturation, and that's it. So anyway, we'll see. We'll see what it's like. Anyway, Night of the Necromancer, guys. This book, if you want to buy it on eBay, is probably the cheapest of all. It's between £3 and £10 right now on eBay, and listings have sold for between £3 and £6. So this is probably the cheapest one to get so far, you know. I can't remember the story about this at all. Who wrote this book? This is a Jonathan Green again, and the illustrations are by Martin McKenna. Let's have a look at one of these illustrations. I mean, you know what you're getting with Martin McKenna. You know. It's okay. It's adequate. It'll do what it needs to do. Now, I did have something special lined up, right, for the munchies, okay? And I will full disclosure this, okay? So today we're being sponsored by Ginger Nuts, okay? But this wasn't the original one that I was going to use. Somebody here had gotten hold of some brownies, some cakes, right? There was 4 of them, if you know what I mean. You know, sort of other outside of our orbit cakes, should I say. And I thought, I wonder what it would be like, because there was an Oreo one, and Oreo is just my favourite. And I thought, I wonder what it would be like to have a little bit of a cake brownie as the meal on the stream, you know. And so that's what it was originally going to be. And then I went to go get it, and somebody put them in the freezer. So that's that gone. Luckily, I had the ginger nuts. Hey, Loxley, how's it going, mate? Welcome in. I think you're a ghost in this one. Oh, are we? That's interesting. The adventure sheet is pretty basic, I will say. It's also got an excerpt from House of Hell at the back, so you can actually read the first couple of pages, and it gives you a couple of choices. So, you know, you've got a little preview of another book inside, which is pretty cool. But the adventure sheet is literally just your backpack, your skill, stamina, luck, a will stat, and then it says host stats, which I don't know what that is. I can't remember. It's been years since I looked at this book, so I haven't got a clue. I haven't got a clue. So we're going to get to that in a moment. This is a Jonathan Green special. And it was dedicated to Martin McKenna, and it says thank you inside as well, which is quite nice. So I don't know if it's got any special things we need to know. Let's have a look at the... Let's go find... Oh my god, there's more than one adventure sheet in here. There's like 5 adventure sheets. Oh my god, no, there's about 10 adventure sheets. Is Jonathan Green expecting people to be writing in this book? Does he not know his fans? Nobody writes in their books. Oh, hello, hang on. Here at your disposal are 3 adventurers to choose from. Ah, so we can choose, again, one of 3 adventurers. So... well, instead of... I'm going to give you... we're going to do a poll. We're going to do a poll. And it's basically going to be... let me type this in. If I'd have known, I'd have had this all worked out before. So, you guys can either... use one of the preset characters in the book. Right? Or we can make our own. So we'll let this poll run for a bit. But once we make a decision, we stick with it. If we make our own, we stick with it. Or we can choose one of the 3 presets. So it's totally up to you guys. Vote on that poll on what we want to do. I'll let it run for a bit while we look at the rest of the book. Battles are all the same. They're normal. Luck, using luck. Skill, nothing changed. Your stamina doesn't look like you get meals. Rather, it says here, if your stamina score ever falls to 0, you've been killed and should stop reading. Put the book down. However, as you will soon discover, death is not necessarily the end. Where necromancy is concerned, rather than having to start all over again with a new character, in this book, you should follow the instructions given in the text. But if your luck should run out entirely, and your adventure does indeed come to an end, if you wish to attempt your quest again, then you will have to choose a new character and start all over again. Okay, well, that's probably the same in any book, to be honest. Nothing new there. During the course of your adventure, you will find that you can restore lost stamina points, but not in the usual way, by eating meals or provisions, so biscuits were a waste of time anyway. But to find out more, you will just have to commence your quest. So, we don't have meals. I'm okay, mate. I'm alright. How are you? Now it says your will. As you will soon discover, your will score will be very important in the adventure that lies ahead of you. You start the game with 6 will points. So let's write that down. 6 will points. Precisely how will works will be revealed during your adventure. You will be instructed about this in the relevant paragraphs. However, you should note that your will score may never drop below 1. So I guess when it does, the game's over. You begin your journey with some simple equipment, you know, the usual leather armor. You got a backpack with 7 slots, and you are the bearer of a Night Slayer, a blessed blade worthy of an evil hunting warrior such as yourself. Powerful enchantments wrought into the weapon mean that it can harm the undead, demons, elementals, and other magical creatures. And that's it. There are no special rules, basically. There's nothing, you know, to say about that. End of. So, how's everybody been doing this this fine Sunday? What's everybody been up to? If you're in Australia, what have you been doing during the day? And if you're in America, man, it's like middle of the night, isn't it, for you guys? It's like 3, 4 a.m., something like that. I don't know. Depends on where you are, I guess. For me, today I'm basically going to be recording a really interesting video. Guys, I did a bit of experimentation in the last couple of months, right? I'll let you guys in on it early, okay? So, as you all know, I enjoy films, you know. I have a massive library of films, as well as reading books and listening to music, right? And I'm not like, oh, I've got to have the latest and greatest, you know? Like, I still have got VHS tapes, you know? And I still can enjoy watching these tapes. I have a setup which enables these VHS tapes to get upscaled to 4K. And they actually look okay. I mean, they're a bit blurry. They're not, like, great quality, but they're acceptable quality. And they're better quality than what they have been in the past. Like, obviously, when on a CRT TV, they look okay, you know? But on a LCD or a HD TV, they look wank. But I have a scaler box and an OLED 4K with great scaling on it. And actually, they look pretty good. Like, I've watched a couple, and yeah, like, in fact, where's my phone gone? I took a picture of an upscaled VHS, and let me show you what it looks like. It's a Queen concert, and I was surprised at the look of it, because I was like, wow, yeah. And I actually watched the whole concert, and just so surprised at the quality. So this, in fact, here, I'll play you a clip. This is a VHS. Let me pause it, turn the sound on. This is actually a VHS tape on my 4K display, okay? Check this out, man. It's a bit bloomy because of the camera. But that's a VHS. It's got a bit of a bloom to it. But that's acceptable watching quality, that is. I can watch that and enjoy it. And I did enjoy it. What do you think, man? I mean, that's pretty cool. VHS. Look at the colour. I mean, it's not high in detail. I'm not going to be seeing hair follicles and pimples on skin, but I still enjoyed watching that concert from a VHS tape. That was from, like, early 90s. You know, anyway. So, to me, I'm not like, oh, it's got to be 4K. Yeah, I've got to have 4K because everything else is shit. Like, I have the ability to watch a DVD in just as the same enjoyment quality as a 4K. Same with Blu-ray or Laserdisc. Like, I think I'm fortunate that I have the ability to play all these different formats. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is I did an experiment. I set myself a budget, £35, and I thought I'm going to go out and buy the very latest 4K, you know, film that came out at the time I started this, which was about a month ago. And it cost £35 to get it delivered to me. And then I went and spent £35 in just charity shops. So one 4K film versus everything that's in this bag from the charity shop for £35. Oh, bloody hell, that's heavy. I'll tell you that now. There is about 50 films in that bag, okay? And honestly, I was amazed. Anyway, after this stream, I'll be filming the results, showing you what it is and everything. I was just amazed. And for me, it's a win-win because I get a lot of films for like 70 quid. And I got to thank YouTube for this because it's the money that I made off YouTube that funded this little experiment. So thank you all. And you guys specifically, if you've joined as a member, that's where the money went. Okay? Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Think of it as like your Valentine's Day gift to me. But yeah, so that's what I'll be doing. What will you guys be doing once this stream ends? In fact, let's get the... We're going to get going in a sec, alright? Just waiting for everybody to show up. Let me just light the incense. Find I need separate ones for each. And then we'll do the candle after that as well. Is everybody awake? Is everybody there? There we go. Candle. The cherry bomb is in effect. That's there. Don't want it to fall over during the stream and burn the place down. Because other people in the building will not be happy. Nor will I. Now, it's a bit dark in here, I will say this. I do need a light. But I haven't got one, I'm afraid. And if I bring up my web page, it's overkill. Actually, no, it's all right. It's not too bad. There, that's better. It's okay now. I think the contrast was too low, is what it was. So, let's do this, Big Willie style. That's exactly my point, Spellsinger. What dice are we using, guys? Big dice or little dice today? What's your pleasure, you know? I need some water. What are we all after today? The title of the intro is called Dead Reckoning. That's the fucking name of the latest Mission Impossible film, isn't it? Tom Cruise loves fighting fantasy, confirmed. Big dice. It's go big or go home. Okay, let's read this. Mission Impossible Part 1, Dead Reckoning. As the sun's... Oh, hang on, what am I saying? Guys, you guys need to instigate me reading this. What am I doing? It's been 2 weeks. It's been too long is what it's been. You guys tell me when to start. Hey, the next Fighting Fantasy stream is the 1st of March. How cool is that? The 1st of March. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Whoa! I'm dropping frames all over the shop. What's going on? My internet signal is just bit the dust. The fuck? Is it buffering for you guys? I'm sending out 15 megabits per second. That's plenty because my bitrate is only like 10. Between 10 and 17. So I've got enough So why is OBS dropping frames right, left, and center for YouTube to go, we ain't got enough to maintain? Fuck it hell. I'm the only one who streams in this household. It's all good, is it? OBS is just a piece of shit then, isn't it? Do you know what? I'm not really enjoying OBS lately because it's so finicky. It's like a little whinging kid, you know? Meow, meow, meow. Shut the fuck up, mate. You know? Grow up, you know? Honestly, OBS, get your life together. In fact, it's going higher than what I told it to. It's trying to push 20,000 megabits, and I've only told it to do 17. It's not even listening to me. Anyway, well, if it's all good for you guys, then we'll just leave it alone. I don't know what's going on. As the sun sets, a ball of molten iron sinking into the chill waters of the Diamond Sea, you catch sight of Valensor at long last. Shit, we haven't even rolled for our character. What's the poll results? Stop the poll, mate. End the poll. What the fuck? Right, what is the results? The results are we use a preset. I can't believe I've just literally skipping ahead here. Okay, guys. Everyone has said use a preset. So there are 3 characters to choose from. I'm just going to say, guys, put number 1, 2, or 3 in the chat, and the one with the most is what we do, okay? John, sorry, welcome in, mate. How's it going? So everybody put in the chat either a number 1 or a number 2 or a number 3. I'll tell you their names. The first one is called Anvus Ravelin. The second one is called Everin Peridor. And the third one's Isolde Lodigan. And that's all I'm going to tell you. So put in the chat 1, 2, or 3. The most votes is the one we do. OBS. What are you doing? That's 1 vote for number 2. Come on, guys! Everybody drop the bomb, drop the numbers, and we can sort this fucker out. I'll tell you the backstory as you're dropping your numbers. So Anvus is known to some as Knight's Bane, to others as the Remorseless Hunter. Anvus earned himself a fearful reputation during the Bathorian Crusade as a warrior who was relentless in his pursuit of the forces of darkness. The first into the fray, always the last to leave the battlefield, he put many a vile darkspawn to the sword, and led the final charge at the Battle of Fang Rock. Now there is more to read, but I'm not going to read it unless he's chosen. So he's number 1. Number 2 is, having trained with the Knights of Telak, this is Evran Parader. Evran served for some years within the Demon Keep outpost on Ruddlestone's border with Bryce, before taking up the mantle of Lord of Valensor, following the death of his father under suspicious circumstances. Early in his career, he distinguished himself when he was single-handedly thwarted the plans of the sorcerer Belgoroth, who sought to conquer the kingdom of Ruddlestone with an army of beastmen and chaos knights, and he was raising in the southern Banarask Hills. So he's number 2, and there is more to read, but again, I'll only do it if you guys choose. And number 3 is Isolde Lodigan, right? Isolde Lodigan, the Shield Maiden of Libra, swore her life to the service of good following the death of her mother. She has trained at abbeys, monasteries, and temples all across the old world, becoming equally proficient with the sword, bow, spear, and mace. Through physical exercise and spiritual meditation, she has honed her body to perfection. She looks hot. Oh my god, we got a picture of a woman as well. I need to change that if we choose a man. So that she is just as apt as an athlete as she is a deadly swordswoman. So there you go. She's number 3. And I gotta tell you, they've all got very different skill, stamina, and looks. They all carry, obviously, a Will of 6 and the Night Slayer. So, let's see. We've got 2-4-2 and 2-4-1. So, that doesn't help us, guys. Somebody, if you haven't voted, please vote your which one, because you're the decider, it seems. Because everybody's split between the first 2. I'll tell you this now. I'll read out their stamina results. And maybe people will rethink their score. The first one has a stamina of 21. Pretty good. The second one has a stamina of 17. Not so good. And the third one has a stamina of 19. So, there we go. They've all got very different skill and luck scores as well. So, if you need to rethink your... So, there we go. Loxley's changed his mind. Actually, no, he hasn't. His last one was number 1. So, that vote doesn't really count. Because that's what you voted last time, mate. So, Yellow's done 1. Oh, no, sorry. Oh, yeah, Jonathan and Spellsinger both say number 2. Yellow and Loxley both say number 1. We still need a tiebreaker, guys. There are 6 people watching here, so how many people have voted? 1, 2, 3, 4 people have voted. 2 of you haven't voted yet. Get your ass and vote. Come on. Put it in. Otherwise, I'm going to roll a dice and leave it all down to chance, which I don't want to do. I really don't. So we need one more person to vote. Even if you're changing your vote, that will, you know, I'll count that. That will be okay. So... okay. This is it. If the lurkers don't want to play, we're going to have to leave it down to the dice, guys. If we roll a 1 to 3, it's a 1. And if we roll a 4 to 6, it's a 2. That's the only other fair way I can do this. And I will tell you this now, before I do the roll. The girl had the highest skill. She has a skill of 12, by the way. That was number 3. It's a 3, which means we're going with number 1. So that's a dude. So I need to change Thundercrotch to a man. We need a man. There we go. We got a man. It's number 1, Loxley, mate. Number 1, I said. So our skill, which was the worst one out of the 3, is 8. Our stamina is the best, though, 21. And our luck is 9. So, I mean, that's okay. So, there we go. Done. You all happy with that? He's taking it back. I need to disable the fact that people can retract their messages. If I miss it, if I don't see it, I'm like, what did they say? What did they say? What's going on? What am I missing out on? So, anyway. You've been away a long time. 2 weeks, in fact, since the last Fighting Fantasy stream, but 3 years according to the book. 3 years following the crusading banner of the Knights of Talak. 3 years spent in the accursed land of Bathoria, domain of demons and the lords of night. 3 years fighting the forces of darkness. You guys deserve a break, because you've been fighting for 3 years. OBS has now come back, no longer dropping frames. In that time, you have faced all manner of evils and found yourself in all kinds of life-threatening situations. In fact, you almost lost your life on more than one occasion than you care to remember. But you survived everything that the forces of darkness could throw at you. From an ambush by a pack of werewolves to the seductive enchantments of the sepulchral sisterhood. Thanks in part, so basically seductive bitches. Thanks in part to your knightly skills and prowess in battle, but also thanks to your sanctified, charm-wrought sword, Night Slayer, which we don't have. Well, as we don't have meals, this is the Night Slayer, alright? Night Slayer. Sounds like a purple-headed warrior, doesn't it? And now, at last, your home is in sight once more. 3 years ago, you set out from Valensor Castle on the northern coast of Ruddlestone to join in the crusade to purge Bathoria of the malign influence of the Cult of Death. Now there's a book title waiting to be written. The Cult of Death. With the defeat of the Death Mage, Thanatos... When was this book written? Thanatos, guys. Wake up. 2010 this came out. 2010. This was almost 9 years before, you know, Infinity War. And when did the first Avengers film come out? That was 2012, wasn't it? I think. Age of Ultron was like 2016, 2017. So this predates even the first Avengers film, where Thanos was first mentioned. So, Thanatos. Your sworn oath fulfilled, you were free to return home. As you recovered from your last battle as at a hospice of the White Lady, you sent letters by messenger ahead of you telling of your imminent homecoming, writing one to your sister Orania, who was anxiously awaiting news of your safe return, and another to your chamberlain, Unthank, who you had left to look after your estate and safeguard the people of the Sourstone Peninsula while you were away, and who probably inherit everything if you died. And there is one other who you are eager to see again after so long, your faithful hound, who left you to watch over both the castle, but more particularly Orania. A dog. We've left a dog in charge of the... I thought it was Unthank. I don't know. The sky purpling like a bruise as dusk descends. You guide your steed down off the bleak moorland road towards Valensor Castle, not once taking your eyes off your ancestral home. It sounds like we're doing well for ourselves. We've got a castle, we've got, you know, family and pets, and it sounds like we've done well for ourselves with this adventuring life. It's about time, really, that we settled down. It's clearly visible now, an imposing silhouette of rising battlements and looming towers. You can also see the village of Sleeth that lies close to the castle, in the shadow of the fortress, and, before that, to the west, the brooding expanse of Wraithwood. To the east, the bleak, windswept moors continue as far as the eastern cliffs of the Sourstone Promontory. But before you reach home, the moot road takes you through the desolate wilderness that the ancient tribal people of these lands once called home. Northern Ruddlestone still bears the marks left by these ancient warrior clans. Burial mounds dot the landscape along the time-worn druidic stone circles. You gallop past one such circle of standing. Oh, I skipped a page. One such circle of standing stones, known locally as the Nine Maidens. As the dusk continues to deepen around you, desperate to be home now after such a long time away, but it is this treacherous twilight that the trap is sprung. Are these books still for kids? Yeah, I don't think they're writing for 6-year-olds anymore. 3 men, dark hoods pulled up over their heads to hide their faces. This sounds like a dodgy flick to me. Is there a sofa somewhere involved in this? They burst from their hiding places among the standing stones and come at you, armed with swords and axes. Your steed whinnies and rears up on its hind legs in surprise. Exhausted after your long ride, you are thrown from the saddle and land hard on the cold ground. Your horse panics and gallops away, fucking leaves us, as your attackers bear down on you, weapons raised. Horse goes, fuck this shit, I'm out of here. Like, he's going down, I'm going off. Like, our horse just legged it on us. Obviously not as kinshipped with the horse as we thought, you know. Fucking horse, man. You scramble to your feet, Night Slayer already in hand. Ruffians like these shouldn't give you any real trouble, even in your wary state. But as the men close in on you with murder on their minds, you notice the 4th member of their band for the first time, as he appears to coalesce from out of the gathering darkness. He is dressed from head to toe in long black robes, his face hidden behind a grotesque skull mask. It's fucking Dr. Doom, innit? The man does not appear to be armed, but in one hand he's holding a glowing spear of amethyst that seems to swirl with gathering storm clouds. You have encountered this kind before during your crusade to Bathoria, but he is an acolyte of the priesthood of death himself. So he's a bad motherfucker, basically. As you keep a watch on him out of the corner of your eye, you prepare to meet the would-be assassin's assault. They are no match for your knightly skills, if we don't say so ourselves. I'm something a bit of a warrior. And you've soon dealt all of them flesh wounds. In a few moments the battle will be over, but before you can finish the fight, the death mask cultists cast his spell. Abracadabra. A ball of crackling black light explodes from the acolyte's crystal, forms into a spear of energy that flashes past the beleaguered murderers and hits you full in the chest. Yeah, these books are clearly not written for kids with the kinds of words that they are using. So we just got hit in the chest. You experience a moment of intense pain like you've never known before as the spell hurls you back onto the road again, and then the pain is gone, leaving you feeling numb and cold. Who has done this to you, and why? When you were so close to home at last. Yeah, they were waiting for us. You waste no time in getting to your feet and bringing your sword to bear once more. Your assailants suddenly stagger away from you, expressions of abject fear on their faces. Only the death acolyte appears unperturbed. You are used to intimidating your enemies, but you've never received quite such a reaction before. One of the men keeps looking down at the ground and then back up at you again. A look of utter disbelieving horror on his face. In fact, he looks like he's seen a ghost. Curious to know what it is that has these thugs so shaken, you glance down at the ground as well. Bathed in an eerie luminescence is what appears to be a body. Judging by the scorched rag hole in the middle of its chest, you would guess that it is dead. For how could anyone survive such a grievous injury? It is only when you realize that the body you are staring at is your own. We've just died, guys, at the beginning of the book. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in 2 weeks' time. Bye. Your adventure ends here. I cannot believe this. Standing over your dead body, you are a glowing ethereal copy of yourself. Your ghostly form is dressed in the same apparel as your corpse. Can you believe this? We're dead. You're even wielding a phantasmal duplicate of your sword Night Slayer, although the real thing is still lying on the ground next to your lifeless body. We're dead. Oh, honestly. Can you believe it? The shock you feel at realizing that you are dead is nothing compared to the rage and desire for revenge that consumes you now. There will be a reckoning this night when all of those responsible for your untimely death will be made to pay for the evil they have perpetrated against you. Screaming like a banshee, you move to engage your murderers in battle. Mate, straight away a battle. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. That's it, we're all dead, guys. What do you think about that? Am I still live? Anyway. Right, let's begin, shall we? Here we go. That said 3 hours then. I thought we only lasted like 13 minutes last time. What happened? We're a badass ghost now. As you start, we'll have to find some Oda Mae Brown so we can talk to people and shit. As you stalk towards the murderous thugs, one of the men gives voice to a terrified scream. His face, draining of all color, turns tail and flees. Bye-bye. Another drops his weapon in shock, while the third lets out a whimper of fear and collapses to his knees, sobbing like a baby. Only the Death Acolyte seems to be holding things together, his hand moving over his crystal ball, his lips forming the words of some esoteric invocation, no doubt. This is definitely not for kids. These men are responsible for your death, and you will have vengeance upon them. But which will you confront first? The 3 terrified murderers, or the spell-casting Death Acolytes? Who shall we go after first, guys? Mr. Death, or these 3 chimps? Rush the evil magician acolyte and fight. Sounds like you already know what's coming there. Let me make sure I got the right one here. As the three murderers flee in fear, you turn on the individual who actually dealt the killing blow against you. If you want to strike the acolyte down immediately without showing him any mercy after what he's done to you, you can do that. Or do you want to demand some answers? Yo, man, what's going on? How come you killed me? Do you want to demand answers from him in an attempt to discover who it was that ordered your death? Are we gonna... I mean, you said rush the evil, so that seems like you straight away want to fight. Do you guys want to fight? Or do you want to start talking some shit first? You know? What do you reckon? Bust him up. We're gonna bust him up. Yo, bro, I'm gonna bust you up. We're gonna put a cap in your ass. Right, so we'll just straight away go for him. Resisting the pull of the Death Acolyte spell, you rush at the black-robed spellcaster, shrieking in fury. Yay! Basically. A shocked expression enters the man's eyes. So he's a man. He's not like some demon. And he starts to back away. But he's not done with you or his magic yet. Still holding the crystal ball in one hand, he begins another conjuration. Not waiting to see what it is he's attempting to cast now, you join in battle with the Death Acolyte. So, boom. He's got a skill of 7 and a stamina of 7. We've got a skill of 8. So he only has to -1 from his score. And we're the big boys. We're the big dice. Here we go. Luckily, 12s, double 6s and double 1s aren't in effect yet, but they will be. So we got an 11. Where's the other one? Yo, there's only one dice for him. What the fuck? What the hell? I put 2 dice in there. What's going on, my friend? Someone stole the dice. Luckily, I've got another one here, but I did bring 2 out and put them in there. So, man, it's fallen out somewhere. First time for everything. Okay, so he rolled a 7. So he's now got a 6, which means he loses 5 stamina. So he's down to 2 stamina. That was weird. Right, we rolled a 5, and he's rolled a 7, which becomes a 6. So we lose 1. He's not good, my friends. I don't think we'll die. I think we'll easily get past this guy. He's rolled a 4, which becomes a 3. We've rolled a 7. He's dead. Bye-bye. If the Acolyte wins an attack round, which he didn't at once, or if you reduce his stamina to 3 points, which we did, without... Oh, so... Okay. So he's not dead, sorry, because we should have actually gone to this prior to this round. So yeah, if his stamina goes to 3 points or fewer, which it did, it went to 2, without him wounding us... Oh, wait, no, we did get wounded. Shit. He did win an attack round. Oh, dear. Hang on. Sorry. My bad. He did win an attack round. Right, rather than fighting back with an ordinary weapon, the Acolyte defends himself by blasting you with more of his dark magic. One of these bolts of black energy hits you, and you are consumed by pain. It is as if the Acolyte's spell has burned your ethereal form and causes you 2 points of damage. Hang on a second, if we're dead, doesn't that change our skill and stamina score? Surely. Like, that stamina should be 0. and then some other metric, or I don't know. Seems a bit weird that it didn't change any of our stats when we died. But we're a ghost, so... continue your battle with the Death Acolyte. Well, we're not going to do that because we killed him. And as soon as you reduce the evil magic user's stamina score to 3 points or fewer, which we already have. So, this is a complicated battle. As the Death Acolyte starts to succumb to the force of your wrathful vengeance, a look of panic enters his eyes. He abruptly quits his spellcasting and instead hurls the crystal ball at your feet. The Amnest Spear explodes with the force of the black energies bound within it. For a moment, everything goes black, and then the light of the rising moon returns and the world appears once more around you, limned in its monochrome radiance, but the Death Acolyte there is no sign. With the murdering magic user gone, you are still no closer to understanding why you were killed or what the hell happened just then. You return to your body and gaze down upon the cooling corpse. It is a strange feeling to be looking at your own dead body. I can imagine that. You know that you will not be able to rest now until you have solved the mystery of your own murder and exacted your revenge against the one who wanted you out of your way. But where will you go first in search of your answers? So we're a ghost, like Spellsinger said. We're a bloody ghost. You gaze out across the windswept he loves this word, promontory, towards the distant Valensor Castle. Ahead of you, directly to the north, lies the village of Sleeth. The castle, a black shadow now against the horizon behind it. Does this mean that nobody can see us? We're like invisible now. To the northwest lies the tangled expanse of Wraithwood, where rumour has it a wise woman dwells. Perhaps she could help you in your search for answers. To the northeast, the moors peter out at the edge of the sea, where when you were here last at least, a hermit monk dwelt down on the seashore. Perhaps he might be able to help you, but can people see us? We're dead. We're a ghost. People can't see us. However, to the east you can see the dark hill of a burial mound, and you feel a strange pull to this place that you cannot explain, just as you do in fact to the stone circle of the 9 maidens where you were attacked. So what do you want to do, guys? Do you want to go to the burial ground, right? Or do you want to succumb to the lore of the 9 maidens? Or do you want to explore one of the other options that are open to you, but you don't know what that is yet? Man, this book is weird. What shall we do, guys? This book is Fruit Loopy. Let's check out the burial ground of hang on. The burial ground of maidens. That's 2 different things, mate. You could approach the burial mound, or succumb to the lure of the 9 maidens. So we'll just go to the burial ground. This book has more than 400 pages in it, by the way. So it's not turned to 400 for the win. It's got a lot of long pages, like long passages in each page. You know what I mean? The barrow has stood on this promontory since ancient times, since long before there was even a kingdom of Riddlestone. Its ancientness reverberates deep within your soul, and at the same time, you sense that something festers within. Turf covers the man-made mound, which is sealed by a large flat stone. Despite walking the entire circumference of the barrow, you cannot see another way inside. Do you want to leave the barrow? Try to move the stone so that you might enter the barrow, or persist with trying to find another way in. What shall we do? Shall we stick to our guns and try and get in? Or shall we say, fuck this and go somewhere else? It says try to move the stone so that you might enter the barrow. There is a stone in the way, so leave. Bitches, leave. Leaving the sinister burial mound behind, where do you want to start looking for clues that will help you to solve the mystery of your own murder? You can go north towards the village and Valensor Castle. You can go northwest towards Wraithwood, or you can go northeast over the moors towards the sea cliffs. So, do you want to go towards the sea cliffs, the woods, or the castle, basically? Well, towards the village, you know. Village, cliffs, or woods, basically. Or north, west, or east, I'd say. Either one of those. Ooh, it's a bit chilly today, I must say. Don't know what the temps are doing outside. Let's have a look. What's the weather doing outside? I haven't even looked outside yet. Oh, it's 6 degrees, but it feels like 0. It's raining all day. Oh, fuck that. Staying in all day, mate. I ain't having that. I'm staying in. Head for the village. Let's go. As you make for the village of Sleeth and your ancestral home, a crossroads comes into view, as does the gibbet that stands before it at the top of a steep escarpment on the moors. The wind is picking up now as it blows in across the black gulf of the Diamond Sea to the east. It bats at the mouldering body hanging from the end of the hangman's noose, lank hair billowing out around its head. Standing close by, her shawl pulled tight around her shoulders against the wind, her rag dress billowing in the sea breeze, is a red-haired woman. You can't help but wonder who the gibbet body was in life. Perhaps this woman knows. As you look at her more closely, you see that a flickering green aura surrounds her body. Do you want to approach this green-auraed woman? Do you want to study the body hanging from the gibbet? Or do you want to proceed along the road towards the crossroads? This book borderlines pretentious, I think, in its writing. It's a bit... It's definitely not written for the audience that the series was done for. But it seems to be a bit of an interesting... This feels more like a Dungeons and Dragons adventure with a load of people, you know, than it does a fighting fantasy book. Approach the woman. Yo, what's happening, bitch? Before you even reach the woman, without turning around, she suddenly addresses you. I used to laugh at the gibbet. So did Wulfric. Said the road wardens would never catch. But they did. Hanged him too, for what he did. But he's not laughing now, is he? I'm reading it as it's stated here. She suddenly burst into hysterical, cackling laughter. And then spins around to face you. Her skin is the most disgusting grey-green colour of I can't speak. Why can't I say it? I know it. Decomposition. You know what I mean. And half her face is missing. Decomposition. And as if something has eaten it. And then see that lengths of seaweed have become knotted in her hair. But I couldn't go on without. Could I? The hideous apparition goes on, drifting towards you over the heather, wet and dripping from her clothes, crabs crawling from her fleshless spaces between her ribs, and salt water dribbling from between her fish-eaten lips. With every sentence she speaks, drowned myself so that we'd both go over into the next world together, so that we need never be apart. She giggles. Well, I got my wish, didn't I? We've never been apart since. She howls, turning back to look up at the blackened skeleton swinging from the gibbet. Giving voice to a blood-curdling, hysterical scream, she suddenly launches herself at you, broken fingernails outstretched. Ah! She's coming for us, man. She is messed up, this one. With a bubbling cry that makes it sound like she's screaming through a throat full of seawater, the flibbertibbit streaks towards you through the tempestuous air. Fucking tempestuous. How many kids know that word, tempestuous? You're not laughing at me, are you? The insane ghost says in challenge while continuing to cackle away hysterically. I laughed at the gibbet and look where it got me. With that, the insane phantom attacks you. Right, her skill is the same as ours, so this is a one-on-one proper fight. It says, as the flibber gibbet is one of the undead, just like you, she can injure you with her cruelly sharp fingernails. If the insane ghost should defeat... If the insane ghost should defeat you in battle, reducing your stamina to 0, record number 19 on your adventure sheet and turn to 100. If you send the flibbergibbet on into the next world by reducing her stamina to 0, as the ghost evaporates with a parting cackle of laughter, you will suddenly feel revitalized, restoring 4 points of your stamina. Okay, she's only got a stamina of 8, so I feel like this will be a quick one. We're still within the half hour as well, so we's all good. It's a straight up dick fight, this, so we got a 3. Oh, she got a 6, we lose 3. I say it's a straight up fight, but we lost the first round. So we got a 10. Boom! Take that down. She got a 6. She loses 4. She is down to 4. So we're halfway there. Oh, living on a prayer. We got a 7. She got a 4. She loses 3. She's down to 1. Down to 1. And we got an 8. She got a 7. She's dead. Boom. And we get 4 points of stamina back. Nice. Which brings our total up to 19. Which ain't too bad. So there we go. And then we continue. At the crossroads, you peer ahead into the darkness and decide which way to proceed. The moorland road that you've been following continues straight ahead into the village of Sleeth. A narrower but equally well-trodden path leads westwards toward the cemetery that lies outside the village, while a gravelled road bears northeast before turning north again, leading towards the stone bridge over the River Sorrow that must be crossed on the way to Valensor Castle. So, where do you want to go? Do you want to go west towards the graveyard, which I don't remember reading about a graveyard? Do you want to head north towards Sleeth, or northeast towards the bridge and the castle? Where do you want to go? Graveyard, Sleeth, or bridge? North. That's going towards Sleeth then. Hang on, what? Yep, that's correct. Night lies over the sleeping village like a bejeweled cape. The wind chasing black clouds across the sky like a wolf after a shepherd's flock. Ahead of you lie the stone-built buildings and thatched cottages of Sleeth, There are few lights visible in the windows of the village, although you see plenty within the within the windows of Castle Valensor. Most of the villagers who predominantly work on the land have already retired for the night. The tolling of the temple bell rings through the cold night air, the sound deadened by the capricious whipping wind. And then the soughing of the wind becomes what can only be a moaning voice. The voice is joined by others, all wailing in torment, and they are getting closer. You can see a phosphorescent mist moving towards you, like a sentient cloud over the fields that lie between you and the village. And there's a picture. Bunch of moaners. There is no natural mist, though. As you watch anguished faces, their eyes closed, surface from within it. The troubled dreams of the villagers have manifested as this nightmarish monster of the spirit world. There is nothing you can do as the unearthly fog slithers towards you over the wind-ruffled grass. And then it is all around you, enveloping you, smothering you, threatening to overwhelm you with its insanity as the nightmares of the populace of Sleeth become manifest reality to your own tortured mind. Roll 2 dice. We roll 2 dice. We got a 3. You're rolling against your will score, which it's lower, so we're good on that one. Tendrils form within the fog, reaching for you, trying to force you to join the macabre dance of the phantasmagoria. You slice at them with your shimmering blade as you start to fight back against the dream monster and its hallucinatory nightmares. We gotta fight the Phantasmagoria. Phantasmagoria. We better do this quickly because the double 166 is coming in soon. Right, so it says here they have a skill of 8 as well as us. So this is a straight up dick fight again. But their stamina is 10. It says if the nightmarish manifestation destroys you, we have to do something special. Okay. Hey, Cold Ballistic, welcome in. How's it going, mate? You're just in time. We're about to fight. So they got an 8. We got a 6. We lose 2 points. I have a feeling that if we die in this book, it's not over. It's going to continue. Whoa, they got a double 1. It doesn't mean anything, though, at this point. So 6, they got a 2. They lose 4 off their 10. They're on 6 points of stamina. Come on, luckies. They got us 8. We got a 9. They lose 1. So they're on 5. 5. Oh, there goes the dice. Lost the dice. Where the hell did that go? Fuck. Because that was the last one I have, to be honest. I haven't got any more. It's down here somewhere. It just fell at my hand. It landed. Hang on. Guys, I've got to go down to find the dice. I won't be a moment. I'm still here. Ugh. Hey, there it is. I got it. I see ya, you little fucker. Come here. What? What's this? A rubber. Ooh. Ugh. I found a rubber, guys. Not a rubber Johnny. Don't get excited. Let me put this. But I think it's a rubber, actually. What is this shit? Yeah, big mini plast office. Yeah, it's a rubber to rub out pencil. Cool. Didn't know I had that, actually. Turn that off if I can. Can't turn my lights off. There we go. Oh. Right. Let's try that again. Right, so he's down to 5, this orgasm phantasm thing. So that's a 4. So we got 11. They got a 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He's dead. Done. We're done it. The Phantasmagoria is no more. Easy kill, man. We don't have any meals in this game. This is a bit concerning, actually. You've broken the dark enchantment holding the dream monster together and freed the people of Sleeth from their tortured dreams. With a lingering scream like that of a child waking from a horrid dream, the Phantasmagoria breaks apart and dissolves like mist in the wind. At the same time, you feel your ghostly form absorb part of its unreal essence. You can regain up to 5 stamina points. Ah, this is like the film Highlander. When we kill somebody, the quickening happens and we get a bit of power. So that takes us up to 21. That tops us out again. So the more spirits we kill, the more energy we get back. So that's okay. Alone again on the road, you decide where to go next in search for answers. Do you want to enter Sleeth village itself, or do you want to skirt past the village and make for your home? What shall we do, guys? It's all up to you, my friends. It's all up to you. Knight of the Necromancer. Yeah, there's a few people missing today, isn't there? I've just noticed. Where's Jeffy? He hasn't turned up. Hello. Screen's got... What were the choices? The ones I just read out, mate. So you can go to your castle, your home, or you can head for the village of Sleeth. Like, we're in the village of Sleeth, but you can enter the village of Sleeth, or we can go to our castle, which is our home. We're dead, by the way, Ballistic. We're absolutely dead. Head for the village. Let's go. Let's see what Sleeth says. Sleeth is quiet. I mean, it would be. We've just killed the Freddy Krueger of the village. But there is one place that shows little sign of anyone going to bed just yet, and that's the Cockcrow Inn. Cockcrow Inn. That stands on the northern edge of the village square. A warm orange glow exudes from its windows, while sounds of caressing can be heard coming from within. I hope Rhymster's alright, to be honest. I'm actually worried now about Rhymster. I hope he's okay. On the southern edge of the square stands the neglected shrine that was built up around the tomb of the ancient champion of good, sadly now long forgotten. On the eastern side, where the dwellings are few and far between, a gaudy tent has been pitched on a patch of scrubby grass. The midnight blue canvas has been embroidered with silver sequin stars, crescent moons, and other more exotic astrological sigils. A banner hung outside reads, Madame Zelda, Mistress of Mystery. There is one other place in particular that draws your attention, and that is the Burgomaster's grand house on the western side of the square. You cannot see any lights in any of its windows, but you can feel the lure of the place deep down in your bones. At least you would if you had any. Perhaps Burgomaster Jurgen will help you make some progress in your search for answers. Well, you know what? I don't know if we need answers because we know who killed us. So I guess we don't know why. So do you want to go to Cochin, guys? Do you want to explore the shrine? Do you want to investigate the tent of Madame Zelda? Or do you want to go to the Burgomaster's house? Or we can leave the village if we want. 5 possible choices. We can either leave the village, we can go to Burgomaster's house, we can investigate the tent of Madame Zelda, we can explore the shrine, or we can visit Cockcrow Inn. What shall we do? The tent. Investigate the tent of Madame Zelda. Okay. Well, let's hope she can see us, because we're dead. We're a ghost. Slipping between canvas folds, you enter the tent. The first partition space you enter contains a circular table draped with a blue velvet cloth. A crystal ball resting in its carved ebony cradle. Passing beyond this area into the back of the tent, you enter its owner's living quarters, or rather, at the moment, her bedroom. Tucked up in bed under a pile of knitted blankets, wearing several layers of coloured veils and shawls, is a middle-aged woman, whose makeup is about as subtle as the rest of her getup. She suddenly sits up, eyes wide in shock, clutches at her silver crescent moon charm hanging from her neck. "Oh, my born days," she gasps. "A ghost! An actual real-life spirit!" What is that charm she is holding in her hands? And what sort of mystic is this Madame Zelda anyway? She has a crystal ball of her own. Could she be in league with the Death Acolyte who killed you? Do you want to deal with Madame Zelda in a friendly manner? Or do you want to try intimidating her? You know, laying down the law? Or would you rather just have nothing more to do with her and simply leave the tent? So shall we be nice, nasty, or get the hell out? That's your choices, basically. What shall we do? It's up to you. Be friendly. Okay. Well, hello there, love. How you doing? Just stopped by to say hello. You're looking very lovely while you were sleeping. Sorry to actually wake you up from your slumber, but in case you hadn't noticed, I'm dead. Have no oh, yeah, this is us, sorry. Have no fear, love. I mean you no harm. You tell Madame Zelda, an imploring look on your ghostly features. I ask only for your aid. I see dead people. Fuck off. Fuck off. Did he just write that in this book? I see dead people. This is only 10 years after The Sixth Sense. I see dead people. The mystic gasps, as if this is a revelation to her. I really can see dead people. How can I help? She asks, as if suddenly remembering that you are there. You quickly tell her that all has befallen you since sunset, and she listens intently with the same shocked expression locked on her plump face. Come with me, she says, when you finally finish your story. She leads you back into a part of the tent containing the table and the crystal ball. She sits down before it and starts making exaggerated hand movements over the crystal, and you can see swirling clouds forming within its depths. Ah, yes, she says at last. The path ahead is perilous. Her voice abruptly drops several octaves, and her eyes roll up into her head. Death stalks this land, and soon shall the dead. She goes on, as if speaking now with another person's voice. Seek out the metal worker and Iron Man. Be wary of the man who believes only in good, but seek out the courts of the Lich Queen, for therein lies salvation. The clouds swirling within the crystal ball turn black, and the table starts to shake. Hang on, I've lost me sound. Happens every now and again. I've got to reset. The Lord of Shadows is coming, the mystic snarls, and the crystal ball explodes, sending diamond shards of glass slicing through the slides of the tent. Incredibly, both you and Madame Zelda remain unharmed. The fortune teller shakes her head as if waking from a dream, and then sees the wreckage of the crystal ball on the table in front of her. Oh, my stars! What has just happened? You decide that it's probably best not to tell her. And so, thanking her for what she's done, you quickly vacate the tent. Oh, no way. We break her stuff and leg it, basically. And there's a picture here of kind of like a swirly crystal ball thing. Back in the village square again, making sure you don't choose somewhere that you visited before. Where do you want to go now? Cockcrow Inn, the Overgrown Shrine, the Burgomaster's house, or towards your castle. There's 4 options there. We can either say sod this and go home, or we can go to the Burgomaster's house, we can go to the Overgrown Shrine, or the Cockcrow Inn. What do you want to do? Mouth is really dry for some reason. Should have made some lemon and ginger tea. Let's go to the inn. Do they serve ghosts at the inn? They've got nothing but spirits in there, so maybe we'll be okay. As you approach the Rashis Tavern, you see that the door is closed against the encroaching night. Do you have the Poltergeist special ability or the Apparition special ability? No, we don't. Hang on. Hang on a second here, Sonny. We chose number 1, didn't we? I forgot to read out the rest of the character here. So I'll just quickly do that now, in case we've missed something. Luck has had its part to play in Anvis's success, as has his great strength. Serious and prone to dark moods, some say that he is not that different from his enemies in his nature, but never within earshot of the humorless warrior. But it may be true in part, as Anvis has made the study of the agents of evil his life's work, that he might understand his enemies better, learn of their weaknesses, and thereby put an end to them all more ruthlessly. No, it doesn't give us anything. We have no special ability. So, yeah, it looks like we could have learned some spells or something, some knowledge, but we didn't. If you have neither, you cautiously approach the door, recalling that one thing everyone knows about ghosts is that they can actually pass through solid objects. Roll 2 dice. I mean, yeah. We ain't nervous about a door. We can just walk through it. 6. We are rolling against our will score. If the total is less than or equal to, which it is, make a note of number 97. Okay. And now turn to page 100. No, and turn to 90, sorry. Okay. What's going on? You are able to pass through solid objects, such as walls and doors, as if they weren't there at all. Record the word apparition special ability. It literally just asked us, do you have that? No. Well, here you go. You can have it. Like, apparition. It's such a weird... So we've got the special ability of apparition, meaning we can go through anything, which we already knew that, to be honest. Now, Turn to the paragraph with the same number as the one you were just instructed to write down. Okay. This is Fruit Loopy. You pass straight through the wooden planks forming the door and enter the noise and light of the cock crowing. You suddenly realize that you have entered a tavern full of people by walking right through the door. If you are happy to let the people see you... What? Hang on. That's not how it works. So we can either allow people to see us, or if not, and you have the shade special ability, which we don't. Hang on, this is so confusing, man. Right, it says here, are you happy to let people see you? Otherwise, in that instant, you wish that you weren't there. And then we have to roll 2 dice. So, which... Rub one out. Was about to say rub one out. So, do you guys want... Are we happy to let people see us? Yes or no? Is basically that one. Yeah. Do you want to let people see you? Yay or nay? Such a... Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm confusing, but it's probably pretty simple. All the fumes are getting to me head here. Let people see. I'm going to take that as a yes then. Let people see. We are happy for the average man to see the ghost. I don't know how we know to do this. Like, catching sight of you, a serving wench lets out an ear-splitting scream. Ah! And then everybody's looking your way. Hi, guys. As terrified people flee before you, 2 men at a corner booth leap to their feet, grim expressions of pleasure on their faces. The first is dressed completely in black, with a broad-brimmed hat on his head, and a velvet cape around his shoulders. He sounds like a right jaunty fella. He is also festooned with all manner of charms, and is holding a finely wrought, basket-hilted, silvered rapier in one black-gloved hand. And there's a nice little picture of him, guys. Hi. He looks like Van Helsing, doesn't he? Very interesting, that. Hey, Pete, how's it going, mate? Someone's a heavy smoker. Yeah, someone's having a massive cigar. Just back here. Yeah. We got Ian Livingston. He's just sucking on a cigar. How's it going, Pete? So, yeah, black-gloved hand. His companion looks like nothing less than a thug. The rogue's nose has obviously been broken on more than one occasion. The tattoo of a spider's web covers one side of his shaven head. So he's got one of those tattoo things. Although he still sports a bushy beard. And a contraption that looks like a silver bear trap hangs from his waist by a chain. The dude's carrying a bear trap round his waist. I mean, we're dead. We're a ghost. I don't know what he's thinking. It's not a man trap, at least. You got the flu, mate. Oh. Or you had the flu. Sorry. Well, it's good that you're over it. Well, you know. Glad to hear you're all better now. Do not fear, good people of Sleeth. The black-clad man addresses the tavern's clientele. I'll rid you of your plague of ghosts, starting with this one. Or my name's not Joseph Van Richten. Ghost hunter extraordinaire. This guy's a right jaunty fella. He advances towards you, adopting a fencer's stance, and shouts, "Streng with me. Now have at you, foul fiend." You have no choice but to draw your own phantasmal blade to defend yourself. So this Victor von Ricken is going to fight us. He's got a skill of 10, by the way. So we have to reduce 2 off our dice roll. He's got a stamina of 9. But then we have to go after his henchman, the bushy beard, Streng. And he's got a skill of 8 and a stamina of 8. So that's a match for match. It says the Ghost Hunter and his henchmen attack you both together, using silver weapons designed to harm undead creatures, such as you. If both Van Richten and Streng wound you in 2 consecutive attack rounds, we have to... And if you should die for a second time in the battle... We haven't even... Well, hang on. Okay, right, okay. So, in this battle, right. Oh, man, this is so confusing. Right. If either of these guys kill us, we have to turn to a particular page and carry on through that. If we get wounded in 2 consecutive rounds by either of these guys, we have to turn to a particular page. Other than that, it's fight time. This is so confusing, this book. So we have to take 2 off our skill score. And I will say this, double 1 and double 6 is in effect. If we roll a double 1, it's not, oh, turn to this page. That is over. That kills us for good. You know, but if they get a double 1, then that kills them. That's not like, oh, if you die, you have to turn to this page now and the story continues. No. Double 1 for us means complete death. Okay? Right, so we rolled a 4 and they've rolled a 9. And we have to take away 2. So we actually rolled a 2. We lose 7 points of stamina. We're on 14 now. Come on, this Joseph dude is basically Van Helsing. Boom! He's gone. Booyaka shack. He's dead. Double 6, motherfucker. Take your ghost hunting ass and get out of here. Boom. 1 down, 1 to go. So he only got us once, by the way. So it has to be 2 consecutive ones. So we're on his henchman now, Streng. And it's a like for like, so we don't have to reduce anything. It's skill of 8, stamina of 8. So here we go. I don't know what that means, Loxley. So we rolled an 8, he rolled an 8, everybody's rolling an 8. Our skill is 8, his skill is 8. Fucking hell, the hateful 8 this is. Come on! 7 and 8, we lose 1. No, he loses 1. He's got the 7. We've got the 8. So he's on 7 stamina now. I was so far behind. What? Oh shit, these dice keep jumping out my hand. So far behind, mate. He rolled a 10. We've rolled a 6. We lose 4. We're down to 10 points of stamina. Not looking good, guys. Right, we've rolled a 4. He's rolled an 8. Right, so we've lost 2 consecutive rounds now. Let me just... 5 and 8, we lose 3. So do we have to... Yeah. If both wound you... Oh, wait, no. If both Van Richten and Streng wound you. Not if either. Both of them have to wound us twice. But that hasn't happened. Only one of them has wounded us twice. So I guess we don't have to turn to that page then. Because only one of them has done 2 consecutive rounds of wounding. So yeah, we just carry on. It has to be the both of them, not either of them. Unless Jonathan Green's fucked up and he meant either. but we can assume that. 10. And we got 10, so nothing's happened. Come on. Come on! He got an 8. We got a 7. We lose 1 point. Hang on, we're in a bloody pub, aren't we? Yeah, what the hell? We've still got the bloody... I still had the music for outside playing then. Okay, come on. He's only on 7 stamina. We're on 6. It's not good. We rolled a 4. He rolled a 9. We lose 5. We're down to 1. Guys... Kiss your spectacle asses goodbye. Boom! He got double 6. That's instant death for us. But I will throw a bone and say, if you die... Oh no. It says if you die for a second time in this battle. Well, we haven't died once. We've only died once in this battle. So, I guess that means we're dead. Because this would be the first time in this battle that we actually... Hang on, how can you die twice in this battle? Oh, by each person. So, even though you died, you'd have to then go fight the next one. Mate, do you know what? This book makes no sense. If you should die for a second time in this battle, so if Joseph Van Richten killed us, we'd still continue fighting Streng, and then if he killed us, like, I don't get this at all, man. I don't know what to do. We got double 6'd by Mr. Mantrap Bellend. Effectively, we're dead. It doesn't actually... 53 minutes this time. I think that's it, guys. I think we're done. I don't know what to do, because we don't apply for anything that it says here. Because both Joseph and Streng have to have killed us to be able to turn to this page. I'm just curious as what this says when we turn to it. It says, when you are no longer upon the earthly plane and the dead winds are carrying you over to the other side of the veil that exists between the world of the dead and the world of the living. Before you lies a barren expanse of grey rock and sand. So it looks like we transcend to another thing or whatever. I don't know. I don't know, man. If you've got the code word for this, if you've got the code word for that, if you haven't, you're fucking dead. Basically, we're dead, is what it is. Wow, there we go, guys. It's such a weird book. I'm sure it's better than our experiencing today. But my incense never even finished burning. It's still going. My incense still didn't get a chance to fully... Let me just get that ash. Got ash everywhere here. So, there we go, guys. Dead. Lasted 53 minutes. There we go. Didn't even get to chew on me ginger nuts. I mean, we didn't even get meals given to us. So there you go. That's that for another week, guys. The next one, or sorry, another 2 weeks. Sorry, another 2 weeks. The next one we're reading in 2 weeks' time on the 1st of March. So that's easy to remember, that is The Gates of Death. Which is another book I don't actually remember. Let me Let's get the Charlie Higson. Wrote it. With a uninspiring front cover, I will say that. The front cover looks absolute a waste of opportunity, I'd say. I think is this hang on. Let's whip out the book, guys. Just gotta get remove the film what women want. I'll tell you what women want. Dick, that's what they want. Dick and money, that's what they're after. Look at that. What a waste of a cover. This is still the Wizard, isn't it? Or is this the Scholastic now? Are we in the Scholastic print? Yes, this is the first book of Scholastic, guys. This is now Wizard. Wizard had enough of this bullshit. They're like, fuck this. Get rid of this series. It's absolute trash. No one's buying it. We've had enough. Wizard got kicked off. Or Fighting Fantasy got kicked off by Wizard. And then it went to Scholastic. Scholastic said, we'll pick it up. We'll take over. And then we'll start reprinting the books again. So there's more covers for people. So if you haven't already got like the Warlock, there's 3. In other words, you could have the Warlock of Firetop Mountain with 4 different cover variations. You've got the one from Puffin, the original zigzag, or no, it didn't have a zigzag. Then you've got the Dragon cover. Then you've got the Wizard cover, and then you've got the Scholastic cover. So for those completists out there, you can buy a lot of these books multiple different ways. So there we go. That's what we're doing next time, guys. So let's start the put these back. Let me just let's start the 3-minute countdown, guys. I want to thank you all for showing up and coming along. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, we died on that one, so crime scene, do not cross, guys. There's an adventurer dead here. So, but yeah, I really do appreciate you coming. And on March the 1st is the next one, 10 a.m. UK time. Put it in your calendars, guys, because unfortunately I can't pre-do a stream anymore. OBS bullshit. So I shall see you guys in 2 weeks' time. But don't worry, we're not going anywhere just yet. We've got 3 minutes to chat shit, guys. Until the end. Another short story? Yeah, it looks like it, mate. It looks like another bloody short one today. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. It is a shame because I was enjoying that. So, yeah. I don't know what to say, man. I got nothing to say. I'm gonna go for a Wizard a bit, and yeah. Hopefully, the next one we shall be a bit better. Gates of Death, I do remember a little bit about that. I think I remember it being quite good. Like, it's not shit. Like, I don't think Night of the Necromancer was crap. It's just very complicated for a child to play, I would say. Like, that's definitely, yeah, not kid-friendly. Which is a shame, because unless they were no longer aiming at kids. Maybe they were aiming at, like, teenagers and people in their 20s, because that's how old they had grown up to. Who knows? Have you played Baldur's Gate 3? No, I haven't. I've never played that game, unfortunately. Have you, mate? I'm guessing so. Otherwise, you wouldn't even ask me, I suppose. My mind is fried today, by the way. I will say that. And I haven't had any space cakes. Oh, I don't know. Maybe in 2 weeks' time, guys, we'll have a space cake stream. All right. It's good, is it? Yeah. I haven't even played any video games for the last, like, 3 weeks? 2 weeks? It's crazy. I've been so kind of focused on this, like, experiment thing that I'm going to go through. That I'll film, actually, after this. Pardon me. I've been so focused on that. So, anyway. Guys, I'm out of here. Take care. Have a wonderful day. And I'll see everybody in 2 weeks' time. All right? Love you.